Inside a marriage, sex is not a reward for good behavior. It is not a gift handed out depending on her mood. It is the only fuel that keeps the masculine flame inside you still burning. The fuel that sustains your identity. The fuel that sustains your standing as a man inside this house. Without it, you die. Not a physical death, but a slow death of the soul, stretched out over many decades. You are not a greedy man making demands. You are not a starving male animal out of control. You are reclaiming your right to live as a fully grown human being. I am a woman. And today, I am going to say straight to your face what therapists do not have the courage to say. American society has been deceiving you for the past 40 years. The experts on Oprah tell you to share your feelings more. The psychologists tell you to understand her emotions first. They promise that sex will then come back on its own, like rain after a long dry spell. That is a lie that has been repeated so many times, it has hardened into a false truth. For a man, the sequence is completely the other way around. Sex is your primal love language. It is how you connect, how you say I love you, how you feel that you exist at all. When the bedroom goes cold, you are not only hungry in your body, you are starving for acceptance from the woman you chose. You are starving for the feeling that you are still a man in her eyes. You are being starved in your soul. The experts do not understand your biological wiring. They want you to communicate like a woman. They want you to process emotions like a woman. But you are not a woman. You are an American man over 45 years old, with a completely different nervous and hormonal system. I need to make one important thing clear before we go any further. This content is for stable marriages that have fallen out of rhythm. Couples who have been living together for 20 or 30 years and are growing cold in silence. I am completely excluding any case of abuse. I do not support physical violence in any form. I do not support emotional torture from either side. We are talking about consent between two adults, built on mutual respect and the right to speak up about your own needs. Now let us look at the truth head on. There are 4 traps that are killing you from the inside. I am going to name each one. Hold them up against your own marriage. The first trap, the weaponization of sex. She uses it as a bargaining chip. Finish the housework first, then maybe. Take me on vacation first, then we will see. Buy the ring I pointed at, then I will think about it. This is manipulation dressed up in sweet talk. Sex is turned into a tool for behavioral training. You become Pavlov's dog with a bell hanging over the bed. Every action you take carries the hope of a reward. Every refusal feels like a blow to your self-respect. This is not a marriage. This is a pet training program with a marriage certificate stapled to the front. The second trap, the wall of silence. She withdraws emotionally 1 month at a time. There is no specific date you can point to. There is only a slow cooling, like ice freezing back over in reverse. Whatever you say, she gives you a short reply. Yeah, okay, whatever you want. Dr. John Gottman calls this stonewalling, the stone wall. And it is one of the 4 most reliable warning signs of an inevitable divorce in his 40 years of research. You become a stranger inside your own home. This silence is not innocent. It is a weapon that has been carefully sharpened. It makes you feel worthless every single day. The third trap, duty sex. This is the most brutal of all 4 traps. She agrees just to make it happen. She lies still and waits for it to be over. She stares at the ceiling while you are trying. The way someone goes through a mandatory chore. There is no craving in her eyes. There is no real breath inside her body. When it is done, she turns her back and goes to sleep immediately. In that moment, you feel a humiliation deeper than being rejected. Because rejection at least has honesty in it. Duty sex is a fully functional lie. The 4th trap, identity denial. She labels your biological needs as crude. She says all you ever think about is that one thing. She says you are obsessed with sex like a 16-year-old boy. She says a grown man should be able to control himself. She makes you ashamed of your own biology. And here comes the most subtle blow. You start to believe that you are the one who is wrong. You start apologizing for your own legitimate needs. You start sneaking off to pornography at midnight and feeling guilty like a criminal. When a man is ashamed of his own instincts, he is already half dead. Now here is the science you have to burn into your brain. Science does not know how to lie, and tonight, science is standing on your side. Let us talk about the reward system in the brain. When you are intimate with the woman you chose, dopamine releases from the nucleus accumbens. It lowers the cortisol that is built up across the whole week. It creates real happiness, not the synthetic happiness from alcohol or screens. And do not forget oxytocin. This is the bonding glue of neuroscience. Dr. Sue Carter has studied it for 30 years. Oxytocin creates the feeling of safety, of belonging, of deep peace. Without it, you are nothing more than a reluctant roommate to the woman wearing your wedding ring. Get familiar with one more concept: the dual control model. This concept was developed by Dr. Erick Janssen and Dr. John Bancroft at the Kinsey Institute. According to this model, the human sexual system has two parts: a gas pedal that activates desire, a brake pedal that suppresses desire. For women over 45 years old, the brake pedal is usually much stronger than the gas pedal. Work stress is the brake. A pile of housework is the brake. A complaining mother on the phone is the brake. The resentment toward you that has been building since 3 months ago is the brake. You are trying to floor the gas pedal in vain with flowers and gifts, while the brake is pressed all the way down to the floor. When you have been rejected for too long, what happens is not only short-term frustration, you are losing pieces of your masculine identity. Your brain translates repeated rejection into fixed sentences. I am not good enough for this woman. She does not need me anymore. I have run out of biological value. Those sentences eat away at your self-respect from the inside out. You become withdrawn at parties with friends, or you blow up over nothing at co-workers at the office. You are dying in silence. Your masculine power is being stripped away one cell at a time. This is the moment when you have to swallow a hard truth. Stop trying to change her. Pressure only makes her run further away. The more you chase, the deeper she retreats behind the wall of silence. This is a psychological law that cannot be reversed. Turn back and take command of your own life. First, you have to recognize that your needs are legitimate. You are not wrong for wanting to be truly desired. You are not greedy for wanting to be looked at with eyes that are burning. You are a living creature, not a money-printing machine with a wife. The solution is not to beg one more time. The solution is to rebuild the foundation of safety. Stop being the chaser and start being a man with his own life. Here are the 4 concrete steps for your revival, starting this very week. Step 1. Take off the mask and speak face to face. Pick a quiet evening with no television and no phones. Sit across from her. Use I statements instead of accusations. You do not say, "You are cold to me." You say, "I feel disconnected when intimacy has been missing for the last 6 months." You do not say, "You do not love me anymore." You say, "I am starving for real desire, not for duty." The difference between these two ways of speaking is the difference between a conversation and a fight. Speak short, speak clear, do not ramble, then go silent and listen. Do not explain further. Do not apologize for being direct. Step 2. Find the brake that is pressed all the way down. Ask her, with genuine curiosity, what is exhausting you the most in your life right now? Listen without judging. It might be her job. It might be her mother's health. It might be the fear of getting older that is creeping in. Once you identify the brake, take some weight off her shoulders if you can. Hire a cleaning service twice a month. Take the kids out for the day every weekend. Give her one spa evening a month with no occasion attached to it. This is not to trade for sex. This is to release the brake, so her dopamine system has a chance to come back online. Step 3. Break the chase and flee loop. This is the hardest part for an American man over 45 years old. You have to stop creating pressure with your demands. Stop bringing up sex every other day. Stop sighing in despair when she turns her back to go to sleep. At the same time, she has to commit to no longer using silence as punishment. Both of you put new rules on the table. You stop begging. She stops stonewalling. The two of you create the space for natural desire to come back. If she refuses to agree to these rules, you already have an important answer about this marriage. Step 4. Redefine intimacy from the ground up. This is the Sensate focus technique developed by Dr. William Masters and Virginia Johnson back in the 1960s. Start over with gentle, Non-sexual touch. Hold her hand for 10 minutes while you watch a movie. Hug for 20 seconds every morning before you head to work. Massage her shoulders without expecting anything afterward. Absolutely no pressure to take it all the way. For the first 30 days, agree clearly that there will be no intercourse, only touch, only intimacy without an agenda. This removes the performance pressure for both of you. Her oxytocin starts to release again. You rebuild safety from the foundation. After 30 days, real desire usually comes back on its own without anyone trying to force it. You are not alone in this fight. Millions of American men over 45 years old are sitting in the same cold bedroom tonight. Do not settle for a temporary life inside an empty shell labeled marriage. Take back the masculine power you set down somewhere between the ages of 35 and 45. Click the link below the video to join our community. We have strategies grounded in neuroscience and marriage psychology, not empty slogans. You deserve to be truly desired, not handed out to on a schedule. Hit the subscribe button and leave a single sentence comment to let me know where you stand on this journey. I read every comment. I understand your silent pain more than you can imagine. And now, the final question I want you to take to bed with you tonight. Turn off this video. Turn off the television. Turn off your phone. Sit alone in the dark for 3 minutes and listen to the sound of your own heart. Then ask yourself, with every ounce of naked truth left inside you, if tomorrow morning you disappeared from her life without a single word of goodbye, would she wake up and remember a great husband who once made her tremble with desire? Or would she only remember a decent roommate who paid the mortgage on time for 20 straight years? And in the end, at 45 years old, after all those years of sacrifice and endurance, what are you really living for?